Hello and welcome back to BS Rugby. Welcome to the first watch-along of the weekend that sees Ulster host Cardiff Rugby at the King's Pans Stadium out in Belfast. Hope everyone is doing well on this Friday evening. Looking forward to the weekend's action in the URC. Of course, no Six Nations this weekend, so attention has turned back to the URC. Hope everyone is doing well. If you're watching on YouTube, please do give us a like. And subscribe to the channel as well. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, make sure to get involved in the chat and hit that follow button as well. Hope everyone is doing very, very well and looking forward to the game today. As always, get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. Vote in the poll if you're watching on YouTube as well. It'd be really good to have your company. And let me know what you think of the game as we go on. So, yes, it is, of course, Ulster against Cardiff. We are going to keep an eye out on the other game tonight, which sees Edinburgh host Connacht. So we're going to keep an eye out on that throughout the course of the evening as well. And I'll let you know the scores on the doors with that later on. And you, of course, can get involved in that. And I'm sure you'll keep me up to date as we go on. Let me know where you're watching from today, who you're supporting. Be eager to hear who you're backing to win today. We're all set for this game here out in Northern Ireland. I know there's a few subscribers to the channels who has season tickets and who will be watching the game down there. So we may even catch a peek of them on the TV. We'll go through the teams in just a second. Plenty of rugby going on this weekend, though, in the URC. And really, really excited for it indeed. Plenty of rugby going on, as I said, as well tonight. So we got some URC games, got some Premiership games, which we'll keep an eye out on. And we've already had a load of Super Rugby games as well. This game, by the way, is live on BBC Two Wales here in the UK. If you want to watch it, that is where you can watch it. And yeah, it should be a good game. Should be a good game. Right, we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. If we have a look at the table, which I will share my screen to show you in just a second, we'll have a look at how these two teams have been doing over the course of this season. Let me just get the table up for you. And we will have a look at how these teams have been doing. I will just share my screen with you. And there we go. So this is how the table currently looks. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we can get the full table in all its glory. There we go. So at the top currently is Leinster. Today's hosts of the game are Ulster, of course. And they are sitting in second. Glasgow are in third. We're going to be doing a watch-along for that tomorrow. Glasgow against Scarlets down at Pauca Scarlets. We'll be doing a watch-along for that. Munster are in fourth, but then if you look all the way down to 12th, that is where Cardiff Rugby currently sit. But you'll notice that Cardiff have only played 7 games this season, partly because, of course, of the situation out in South Africa that they found themselves in. Similar with the Scarlets, still with a lot of games to be played for them. There's a real opportunity for them to be competitive and to really push once again in this league, try and push up the table. You know, it's been a disappointing season for Cardiff. We're talking about Cardiff specifically. I think it's been a tough old season for them. For Ulster, they've been brilliant this season. They've got some good wins. They got a good win away at Leinster early on in the season, but they're really going to want to stamp their place. And there is a chance, I think, that they can go top of the... Yeah, they can go top of the table tonight with a bonus point win. So if they win by a bonus point, they'll go top of the table tonight. Obviously, Leinster playing Benetton tomorrow afternoon, lunchtime kickoff. That one is. We're going to go through the two teams. We're going to have a look at who's been selected. And you can let me know your thoughts in the chat as we go along. This is how the home team line up. So in the backs, we start with Stuart Moore at fullback, Rob Balakoon on the wing. He's been released by Ireland to play in this game. Ben Moxham then plays on the opposite wing with McCluskey and James Hume playing in the centre. James Hume has been released for this game as well. Billy Burns partners Nathan Doak in the halfback. So pretty exciting halfback pair in there, especially with Nathan Doak. And then in the front row, we have Andrew Warwick, John Andrew and Marty Moore, with Alan O'Connor and Ian Henderson as captain for this game, with Geordie Murphy and Marcus Ray and Nick Timoney completing the back row. On the bench, we have Stewart. We have Milana Sonovac, I think that's how you say it. Sorry. Dwayne Vermeulen is on the bench, which is not a bad person to be able to bring off, is it? Ian Madigan, McGrath, Carter, Cooney, and Sexton. Definitely not Johnny Sexton, but that is how Ulster line up. So do let me know your thoughts on that team in the comments and in the chat as we go along. How are you doing, Walter? Good to see you. Yeah, Ulster's bench is really, really strong, isn't it? Looking at that bench, it is very strong. With someone like Dwayne Vermeulen to come off the bench, it's not too bad, is it? Let's have a look at Cardiff. Cardiff's team, I think, is actually one of the strongest teams they've been able to put out for a long time in the URC. I think it's a pretty strong side. Starting at fullback, then Hallam Amos starts at fullback with Owen Lane and Aled Summerhill on the wings. In the centres, you've got Ray Lilo and Willis Halaholo. That's the first team partnership right there. Jared Evans plays at 10. Of course, he kicked that winning penalty against Leinster only a few weeks ago. And Lloyd Williams plays at 9. In the front row, we got Brad Thayer, Kirby Myhill and Dimitri Arhip, with Josh Turnbull captaining the team at 4 and Matthew Screech playing at 5. You wouldn't tend to see Josh Turnbull playing in the locks. That's an interesting one. Ellis Jenkins, Josh Navidi and James Botham as a back row. I think that's a pretty tasty back row, if you're asking me. I think that's pretty good. Looking at the bench, you've got Kieran Asiarati, Rhys Carey, Will Davis-King, Teddy Williams, James Ratty, Jamie Hill, Ben Thomas, and Matthew Morgan as well. Cardiff are out. Ulster are on the way out. So Cardiff playing in their traditional blue. Ulster playing in their all white. So we'll see how this one goes. Pretty full down at the King's Pan, you'd have to say. It looks fairly full. I'd say 3/4 full. And all the players are going to stand together, which is really good for, obviously, for the situation in the Ukraine at the minute. It's a horrific situation. It really is. And all the players are going to have a moment of silence. They're going to be doing this cross sport this weekend, which is rightly so, in my opinion. And this is the right thing to do. I'm 100% sure of it. Also, we're seeing, oh gosh, what are they called? Premiership Rugby are doing the same, standing in solidarity, which is what you always want to see. Hi, Richard. I'm very well. Hope you're doing well, mate, as well. Very well. Worried about things in the world, of course. But yeah, not too bad a week. Been pretty busy with uni stuff. Had a deadline this week, but got that in on time, which was good. But I hope everything is well with yourself, mate, and you're keeping okay. Right, we're ready for kickoff. In this one, we will keep an eye out, as I said, on Edinburgh Connacht, which is the other game going on this evening in the URC. It's the same kickoff time. And we have Holly Davidson in the referee position. So she's taking charge of this one. Let me know your predictions. I think Cardiff have a good chance in this game. I really like the look of their back line. I like their back row. I worry a little bit about the front 5. But apart from that, I think they're pretty solid. I do think Ulster are favourites. Of course they are. But I'm really intrigued to see how this game goes. We just kicked off here then. Ulster again is underway. Cardiff are receiving the ball in their own 22. And Lloyd Williams will feed it to his forwards, who will look to work from here. That's interesting, you know, Richard, that you say that, because I heard something, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but someone said that all the provinces' games are on free-to-air TV over in Ireland. Here in Wales this weekend, we've got 2 games free-to-air. We've got this one, which is on BBC 2 Wales, and then on Sunday, we got Ospreys against Zebra, which is on S4C. But there is English commentary available. Now, I speak Welsh, so I don't need that. But You wonder how accessible the league is, and I do have my questions over Premier Sports. I don't think they're great at all. I really don't think they're that great. So, um, is there a way you can make it more inclusive, more interesting? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Yeah, I expect Cardiff as well to give it a good go. I really do. I think they've got a good team out. I just think Ulster being at home, if this was at Cardiff Arms Park in front of a full crowd, I think you'd potentially back Cardiff to win this one, but I do expect Ulster to have too much. But I think it's going to be a really competitive game. Cardiff here, just inside their own 10-metre line here. Lloyd Williams is going to kick this one away. A little bit of kick tennis going on early on here between Nathan Doak and Lloyd Williams. That's been knocked on by Ulster, so chance here for Cardiff to come forward just inside the Ulster half. Jared Evans going to be important today, so see how he gets on. Ball out here to Aled Summerhill. And the tackle was completed, so they do have to let the man go down to ground. Jared Evans using his forwards here. Good to see Josh Navidi back. And from a Welsh perspective, I mean, I'm an Ospreys fan. Everyone knows I'm an Ospreys fan. But just from a Welsh perspective, to have him back is such a huge boost. To consider how much he struggled at the breakdown this season. And Ulster penalised at the breakdown, not rolling away. So chance here for Cardiff to put this down into Ulster territory. Josh Turnbull, the captain, at 4 today, playing in the locks. Would not put him there. Billy Burns penalised. Do let me know your thoughts on the game as we go. Of course, let me know what games you're going to be watching this weekend. There's so much great games going on. I really think there's going to be some good attacking rugby this weekend because, you know, you look at Ulster, Cardiff, they both want to play with the ball. You look at Scarlets, Glasgow tomorrow, which, as I said already, we're going to do a watch-along for that. Both teams really want to play. So there's some good games across the board. Not many games, 6 games in total. Obviously, the South African sides have already played. Cardiff win the lineouts, and they've set up the driving maul just outside the 22 here. Slowly moving forward, although Holly Davidson does call for Lloyd Williams to use it once, and he does get it out. So here we go. Here's Halaholo into Jared Evans. Bit of space out wide here for Cardiff, and the pass is a little bit poor. I think that was a Lilo with the pass, and it didn't quite work. So it will be the line out to Ulster, but good chance there for Cardiff early on. All Leinster, Munster and Connacht games on free-to-air, RTE and TG4. Most, if not all of the Ulster games on Premier Sport once in a while. Ulster's on free-to-air. Is that because of Ulster in Northern Ireland? Is that the reasoning for that? I personally think that Premier Sport is pretty piss poor, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of it, and it's got better. There was a time where it would just crash constantly and you just couldn't do anything, and you'd be paying this amount a month for it and it wasn't any good. I fortunately got quite a good deal on it when I signed up for it, and I knew that I'd get the value out of it because I watch a lot of the games, you know. Like, I want to watch Ospreys week in, week out. Interestingly, though, we do have a penalty here for Cardiff, just outside the Ulster 22 on the left-hand side. It's going to be a scrum and a chance for Cardiff to work off this. It's been a positive start from the away team. I've been impressed by them. But I think they've got a very strong team out, and players like Halaholo in the centre, Navidi, Ellis Jenkins, Lloyd Williams, very experienced, Jared Evans, very exciting player. So first scrum of the game seems to hold up okay. Ball is there for Lloyd Williams to use it. He fires it out. Halaholo is the first receiver, pops it in, looking for his partner Lilo, but knocked on in the process, and it will be a scrum to Ulster. Still 0-0 in the other game between Edinburgh and Connacht. We'll keep you up to date on that one. But just over 5.5 minutes gone here. Knocked on in the tackle by Halaholo as he was looking for Jared Evans there. But again, Really positive start from Cardiff, but just those little inaccuracy coming in, creeping in little places. And it will be Nathan Doak who will feed the Ulster scrum. And it's a decent shove coming in here from Cardiff, but they have been penalised for turning the scrum illegally. And it will be an option for Ulster to get this one away. But it looked like a pretty powerful shove, but then turning and wheeling the scrums. It's really difficult to get the balance right with that. So you want to push, you want to be aggressive, but you're also aware that you don't want to spin the scrum too much. So Billy Burns will send this one just over the halfway line. So line out to Ulster. So far in this first 6.5 minutes, it really has been all Cardiff. They've pretty much been dominant all the way. So first line outs for Ulster, I think is first line out. Ian Henderson wins it, driving more set up for the home team here, just on the halfway line. As Nathan Doak is told to use it, which he does. Good aggressive defence from Cardiff here. Billy Burns has spotted the space in behind. Oh, that bounce is really unkind for Cardiff. Here comes Rob Ballacoon. Rob Ballacoon straight through the gap, and Rob Ballacoon is going to score for Cardiff. And after all the early dominance from the away team, Rob Ballacoon has crossed. The bounce was so unkind on Aled Summerhill. But Rob Ballacoon, I mean, the ball comes out here to Billy Burns. Cardiff rush up. Maybe with not enough intensity, but the bounce of the ball there. I'm just watching it back here from for Rob Ballacoon. I mean, there's absolutely nothing Aled Summerhill can do about that. And in runs Rob Ballacoon. Really good pace shown from him. Beats Owen Lane, beats Hallam Amos, and he crosses over. And it's a good finish from the young man as well. He's a really exciting winger. I know a lot of Ulster fans and people like Greg Galway and Stephen Somerville are both very, very excited about his future, as well as this man here who's going to kick the conversion, Nathan Doak, which he adds to the 2. And we have Ulster up at 7 points to 0. So it's been all Cardiff so far, and yet they trail here by 7 points to 0. And that's just a sign of a good team. They spot the opportunity, they take it. And it's a really, really good finish. And those inaccuracies we're talking about from Cardiff is going to come back to bite them. We'll have to wait and see. But Cardiff lead here. Ulster lead here by 7 points to 0. It's still 0-0 between Edinburgh and Connacht, by the way. But as I said, we will keep an eye out on that one. That seems to have kicked off a little bit later than this one. So Jared Evans goes back underway. Nathan Doak with the ball at his feet. Fires it out to Billy Burns. Ulster potentially looking to play from here. I mean, once again, looking for that little kick over the top. He will go out into touch and it'll be a line out to Cardiff on the 10-metre line, but 10 minutes gone here. And line out here for Cardiff on the 10-metre line. It really wasn't the greatest kick. It's a pretty decent attacking situation here for Cardiff. They do manage to scramble the line out back. Josh Navidi, first time we've seen him with ball in hand. Just outside the Ulster 10-metre line here. Into Jared Evans. Jared Evans, good hands. Into Hallam Amos. He, of course, is retiring at the end of the season. Oh, lovely half break from Ellis Jenkins there. Yeah, as I say, Hallam Amos going to focus on being a doctor, which will be his profession when he hangs up his boots at the end of the season. Cardiff penalised there. For not releasing the ball. Good work at the breakdown. I'm not too sure who got the turnover. I think it's Nick Timoney, something he does pretty often. And he's done it there as well. So a chance for Billy Burns to send this one down. I'm interested to know what Irish people think of Billy Burns. You know, are they a fan of him? Do they think he should be in the Irish setup? I know Jack Carty is starting for Connacht this weekend. So, I mean, there's a lot of talk, obviously, about Sexton and his age, but I still think he's a quality fly half and the best that Ireland have at the minute. I know there's a lot of excitement about Harry Byrne, but he's playing at 12 this weekend, so not sure what's going on there. Line out here, though, good kick from Burns to put them into the 22. It's one as well. And here comes the driving maul, slowly moving forward here. For Ulster, Nathan Doak trying to control things from the back. It's slowly moving forward here. Referee has told Doak to use it, which he does. Good hands. Billy Burns steps inside. Huge tackle coming in on him, though, from Halaholo. Ball has been ripped, but illegally. And I think we might... Are we going to have someone in the bin here? We are. I'm not sure what for. It looks like Cardiff are going to be down to 14 men. I think Halaholo has been sent to the bin. He has been. What's he done here? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's completely off his feet. He's tackled Billy Burns there. He's not released the tackle, and he's just gone to play the ball. He's not released the man at all, and he's stopped the ball from coming out quickly, and he's in the bin, and this can be an easy 3 points for Nathan Doak. And Cardiff are down to 10 points nil, but more than that, they are down to 14 men. Really silly penalty to give away. You can understand in a way why he wants to do it, because he just wants to slow them down as much as possible. But it's a silly penalty to give away. And to think of the start that Cardiff had in this opening 10 minutes or so. And now they're 10-0 down. They're a man down. They knocked at the door. They played a few nice bits. Ulster had one half chance. They scored off it. Now they've had a penalty. And now they've got the extra man at home. It's a really big ask now. I mean, if they go 17-0 down in this period, is that game over already? So we're interested to see. Jared Evans has restarted the game, has got us back underway. Oh, that's offside from Cardiff there. So this will be an easy exit for Ulster. And Nathan Doak, it's not the greatest clearance from him. And it is won well by Hallam Amos. But he is not consistent enough. I think, you know, he's been in and around the Irish camp in recent times. Oh, chance here for Cardiff. Josh Turnbull's run into the open. Gives it into Lloyd Williams, into the 22. Here come Cardiff. Ellis Jenkins fires it out. Jared Evans has been intercepted. And Ulster here. James Hume going for the line. He's going to run in from his own 22. And it is going to be set 15 points to nil. And James Hume, on his return to the province, has crossed under the sticks. And, well, Cardiff looked like they were going to get a try on one end. James Hume intercepts it, runs the length of the pitch. This situation, Josh Turnbull gets a great breakthrough. He feeds Lloyd Williams. They recycle it quickly. Jared Evans tries to throw the miracle pass, and Hume reads it. And he runs the length of the pitch. And now Ulster are 15 points to nil up. We haven't even played 15 minutes. This is going to be a real tough ask. It's a great read from Hume, who just fires out the line. He beats both of them to the ball. And he runs in unopposed under the sticks. And Nathan Doak is surely going to add the 2 points. Out of absolutely nowhere. As the police go by. Ulster lead here by 17 points to nil. I said if they went 17 points nil, is that game over? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Is that game over already? I think it might be. Feel a bit for Cardiff here. Disaster start. Well, as I said before, their opening 10 minutes was pretty good. they looked pretty good in the opening 10 minutes. They had opportunities and a misplaced pass here, knock on here, knock on there. And then just an awful, it's not an awful pass from Jared Evans. You can understand why he's trying to do it, but he's just not got the height or the speed on it. And Hume's read it, and he's got pace. He's shown it before that he's got pace. Scored an intercept try against Leinster early on in the season. And it's a really tough ask now for Cardiff. I mean, we're just over 16 minutes gone in this one. And it's a really tough one. In the other game, Connor are leading by 3 points to 0. A penalty by Jack Carty. So we'll keep an eye out on how that goes. But this is going to be a really tough ask now for this Cardiff team. And we're having a bit of kick tennis here. I mean, if Ulster get another try, it's 100% game over. I can't see a way that they come back into this one. So a little bit scrappy at the minute, but Nathan Doak is going to box kick this one away. And he sends it up. And Hallam wins it pretty comfortably, but he is tackled and shoved all the way back by Nick Timoney there. Cardiff not really helping themselves in terms of putting themselves under pressure. And we're having a lot of kicking at the minute. Lloyd Williams is going to box kick this one down the field. And it's really well won by Moore at fullback. As Doak gets it out. Here come Ulster through the forwards now. Doak once again into Billy Burns this time. Out here to James Hume, the try scorer. And he just burst through. Sorry, it's McCluskey who burst through. Out now to James Hume on the right-hand side. Into Rob Balakoon. In the 22 now. There's got to be some space somewhere. Billy Burns, good hands by Nick Timoney. But it's been knocked on in the process. And Cardiff slightly get away with one there. And it will be a scrum to Cardiff. But that was dangerous. I mean, Moore's won the high ball. The challenge is pretty poor from Owen Lane, if we're being totally honest. It's a difficult bit in the game here for Cardiff. I mean, if they hadn't knocked that one on there, I mean, McCluskey gets a lovely break. James Hume is on the right-hand side, steps inside, gives it into Balakoon. And unfortunately for Ulster in the build-up there, it is knocked on. Yeah, it was Timoney who knocked it on. But if they'd have got a quick ball there, it'd been really, really difficult for Cardiff for sure. They just got to regroup now, Cardiff. We're heading into the end of the first half if you know what I mean, halfway through the first half. And they've just got to manage these next couple of minutes. I think Halaholo's maybe got 2-3 minutes. It is beautiful stuff, isn't it? It really is. They've got the extra man. And it's really, really tough for this Cardiff team at the minute. Can't remember what time Halaholo went off. Let me see if I can find out. It might tell us. Okay, it's not telling us when he went off, but I still think he's probably got another 3-4 minutes left on that. So scrum here, then scrum goes straight down. And we will have a reset. Oh, excuse me. Another reset of the scrum as always. Good things, good things. But Cardiff under pressure early on here. I mean, we're 20 minutes into this one. They're already 17-0 down. They really have to hold their own here in the scrum. They give anything away here, it's could be curtains on this game in terms of this game. Lloyd Williams will feed it in though, which he does. And James Botham peels off the back. Good scrum from Cardiff. And Lloyd Williams with a chance to potentially clear this, or is he going to give it to his forwards? He is. So chance here for Lloyd Williams to clear this one now from the box kick. He has taken it back in, so he can't kick it straight off. So he kicks it downfield into the hands of Moore, the fullback. Spread out wide here. Ulster, there's space on the right-hand side if they can get it there. Doak fires it in. This is good speed of ball from Ulster. Up to the 10-metre line now. Well, I think he was offside there, but referee says no. So Ulster will have to regather and get going again just inside their own half here. Oh, dangerous pass there from Nathan Doak, but good hands here. James Hume into Marcus Ray. Once again, coming forward here. Billy Burns. Good hands. Really, really, really nice hands there. Ball is still there. Cardiff needs to find a way of slowing this ball down. Important tackle coming in on Moore there. He was halfway through. Oh, that's off the ball. That is off the ball. Advantage being played, though, here for Ulster. Again, it's so scrappy. Billy Burns going to try a little chip kick over the top, but he's missed the kick. And we'll come back for the penalty. Does the referee need to have a look at this one? I don't think so. But that was off the ball. Josh Turnbull on Nick Timoney. Tackle off the ball there. Whether they'll have a look at it, I don't know, to be honest. But it's worrying for Cardiff, this. They're really, really struggling. Billy Burns is going to put this one in the corner, and understandably so. I mean, if Ulster get a try here, it certainly is game over in my book. Has he missed touch? No, he hasn't. Brilliant kick, actually. 5 metres out. I mean, 5 metres out, Ulster's driving ball is pretty good. The fans raise their voice. It's going to be a real tough ask for Cardiff to hold Ulster out here. The maul has gone down. Is it legal? Yes. So here come Ulster then. They'll go through the forwards here. Pick and go. 5 metres out. Nathan Doak. Fires it in. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so tired. Sorry. I mean, if they look right, the space is just crying out for them here, but they're still going through the forwards. Nathan Doak fires it out. Billy Burns into James Hume, who's swallowed up. Oh, it's been turned over here by Cardiff. Great work. And there might even be a chance here. Lloyd Williams fires it out. Here comes Hallam Amos into Owen Lane. Owen Lane looks up, puts boot to ball, and it's a really poor kick from Owen Lane. Ulster hanging about, though, and caught rather in possession. Doak knows there's no winger back there, so Amos has to come across. He sends it up. Oh, just about held on by Moore. And Ulster will have to build from the 10-metre line here. Ian Henderson just about manages to hold on to it. Cardiff back up to the full 15, by the way. Halaholo is back on the pitch. Timoney, good hands. Ulster a little bit static here. And Cardiff trying to compete at the breakdown. Nathan Doak sends it up, but he's certainly overcooked that. And that's really comfortable. Hallam Amos just calls for the mark. So 25 minutes gone. Still 17 points to nil for Ulster. Cardiff back up to the full 15. Bit of a waste there from Nathan Doak, to be honest. Didn't need to kick that. or at least needed to make it competitive. And it will be a line out to Ulster on their own 10-metre line. It's a tough one for Cardiff so far. In the other game, it is still 3 points to 0. Connacht leading that one. A Jack Carty penalty. Doesn't seem much to be happening in that one, so it looks like we picked the right game. Line out one here, though, by Ulster. They set up the drive more, not really going anywhere, so Doak sent it up again. The Greys kick from him, but it has gone backwards off the Cardiff players, so Cardiff can continue to play. Knocked on, gone backwards again. Lloyd Williams fires it out to Jared Evans. There is space on the right-hand side here. If they can get it to the right people, and again, knocked on by Cardiff. That's the third time in this game. Aled Summerhill unable to get on to the end of that one. And it's going to be a line out here too. Ulster, I don't know how he hasn't caught that, to be honest. Should have his hands out ready to catch that or just stand there. Things just not going in favour of Cardiff at the minute. Line out here though, Ulster just about managed to get it back in. Henderson. Game's gone a bit scrappy over the last 10 minutes or so, to be honest. Not all that much structure in it. Both teams unable to string decent passages of play together. But we've had moments where defences have been a little bit lacking. Lloyd Williams fires it out, but penalty though to Ulster. At the breakdown, once again a turnover for them. And Cardiff being penalised once again. Let's take a look here. Who's won it? Is it Nick Timoney who's won it again? It looks like it. Yeah, he's done it again. That's the third time he's done it this game already. Something like that. Billy Burns sends it down with just inside the 22. So about 13 minutes or so to go until half time. There will be a line out here for Ulster on the 22 then. Won by Ian Henderson, driving maul set up. It has been knocked on though by Ulster, so Cardiff ball advantage for them. As Navidi brings it forward, still in their own 22, so Lloyd Williams, if he wants to, can kick this one straight out. He goes for the box kick. Some decent distance on it and does reach touch, and it'll be a line out to Ulster just inside their own half here. It's a very good clearance kick actually from Lloyd Williams. And I think Cardiff on the whole have managed the last few minutes pretty well, but they haven't created anything at all. They need to start creating something. My worry would be, not that I'm a Cardiff fan, but I always want to see the Welsh regions doing Welsh, being Welsh myself. Ooh, Rob Balakoon looked dangerous there. You always want to see the regions do well. You want to see them being competitive. Cardiff have a lot of games in hand. They have 3 or 4 games in hand on most teams, bar the Scarlets, because of the situation out in South Africa and the weather recently. So they need to be taking advantage of those games if they want to push themselves up the table. And at the minute, in this game, barring the first 5 minutes where they were looking fairly dangerous, they haven't really done anything at all, is the honest answer. Very scrappy at the minute. Knocks on here and there and everywhere. There's another one there, I think, from James Hume. So it's going to be a scrum to Cardiff just inside the Ulster half. If you're enjoying and you're watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, please do give us a follow. And if you're on Facebook as well, you can do that. Massively appreciate you joining me on this Friday evening. Hope everyone is keeping okay. Worrying times in the world, I know. But as I said last weekend before the rugby, you know, I hope rugby just provides a bit of a distraction. I think everyone needs that at the minute. And I think, yes, rugby isn't the most important thing in the world, but it can sport in general can just offer you that distraction, can't it? That escapism, which sometimes is what we want. So we're just having a pause in play here. Just a chance for me to tell you then about this tomorrow. We're going to be doing this one tomorrow. As I said, Scarlets against Glasgow Warriors live watch along. Go live around 5 o'clock. Kickoff at 5:15. At the same time, Munster and Dragons are playing. We'll keep an eye out on that as well. But once this stream ends, it'll load automatically into that one. I'll drop a link in there at half time, I'm sure. But plenty of games to look forward to this weekend. And Connacht have scored. Sullivan has scored for Connacht. So Connacht take an 8-0 lead away at Edinburgh. If you saw my preview video that would drop earlier on today, I did back Edinburgh to win that one. And you see, maybe Connacht are there to spoil the Edinburgh party. Penalty, though, here to Cardiff at the scrum. They take it quick. Ooh, penalty, Nick Timoney. Oh, no, sorry, not Nick Timoney. One of the forwards for Ulster penalised for not rolling away. And a chance if... This is a big decision for Cardiff. They're just outside the 22. It's very kickable. They're going to the corner. Interesting decision. I mean, we're half an hour into the game. Cardiff have nothing on the board so far. Yeah, it's McCluskey who's been penalised for not rolling away. They've gone to the corner. It's a very good kick. They are 5 metres out. If they score here, this is a huge score. But if they don't, you really regret not getting something on the board. They take the line out. They've won it. But it's not straight. It's been knocked on, actually, sorry, in the process. And Cardiff went to the corner. Again, another knock on from Cardiff. And they just can't string things together at this minute. They just can't do it. I think it's James Botham who's knocked it on. And it's going to be scrum to Ulster. And I mean, in my opinion, if you're in that situation, you're 17-0 down. Yes, you're quite a far bit down. But you just get something on the board. You just take points. You get something on the board. You get yourself going. I mean, now we're 8 minutes away from half time. It's the same what happened with Wales last weekend. We just didn't get anything on the board. We didn't have opportunities, to be honest, to do that. But nevertheless, good shove coming on here from Cardiff. But Timoney does peel off the back. He's tackled by Halaholo. Good work here from Cardiff, though. They've managed to slow this one down. Doak will clear it as he sends this one down, and he has managed to reach touch just outside of the 10-metre line. I think you got to go for the post. If you get a chance like they did there, I think you've got to just take the points, haven't you, in my opinion? Just get something on the board. That line out from Cardiff was not straight whatsoever. Somehow, though, they've got it back. And potentially a chance here to attack just before the end of the first half. We've got about 7 minutes or so until half time. At half time, as usual, we'll take a quick 2-minute break, but then we'll be back for the second half. Oh, very carefully. Oh, close from Cardiff there. But it was knocked on. Alan Summerhill has picked it off, though. Both teams trying to offload, and he's going a little bit everywhere. One team has it for 1 second, one team has it for the other second. The next second, they don't have it. Cardiff have now been the latest team to knock it on. So advantage here. Cardiff, Josh Turnbull, leisurely walking back for this one. As he is tackled in his own 22, causing himself a little bit too many problems here. But the ball is there for them. And they will go through their forwards just to try and get a platform for Lloyd Williams to clear it. But it is a penalty to Cardiff, offside from Ulster. So chance for them to clear their lines. I mean, very, very scrappy. Really scrappy those last couple of minutes there. And a chance here for Jared Evans just to get them down the field a little bit. Maybe one more opportunity before half-time to get some points on the board. If you're 17-0 down, though, I don't know if you classify it as game over. So I'm quite surprised that they didn't take the points. Be interesting to see. Edinburgh have got to try back. Thanks for letting me know, Sean. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you in the chat. As always, you're always here, so good to see you. Hope you're keeping okay. So Edinburgh 7, Connacht 8. That'll be a close one. It's going to be a good... I'm sure that's a good game as well. Both games so far have been decent. I think it's just got really scrappy over the last 10 minutes or so. Both teams, maybe Cardiff knowing they need to chase the game. Ulster thinking we can kill off the game. So both teams maybe trying to force it a little bit too much than they should. But we've got about 5 minutes to go in this first half here. Ulster with the ball in their own half, just outside their own 22. And from the kick, Balakoon's won it in the air. So they'll go and try and clear this one. As Nathan Doak sends it up. Jared Evans wins it. There might be a little space out here on the right-hand side. Hallamamos decides to go to the left-hand side where all the bodies are. Ulster do like to defend narrow, and they do like to stick James Hume out wide. So that could be a channel that they try and target. Oh, Owen Lane couldn't quite get the ball away. Lloyd Williams tries to go through the gap. Sandwiched between two props, though. James Botham picks and goes. Good hands into Dimitri Arhip. Cardiff finishing this first half strongly. Jared Evans looks up. What options has he got? Bit static here. Baililo half break. Back into Lloyd Williams up to the 22 here. Oh, was there any need for that? Oh, it's bounced into the hands of Hallamamos. 5 metres out here. Cardiff, their best moments in the game so far. Chance, if they can get this one wide, they should score. Lloyd Williams goes to the line himself, 1 metre short. Botham into the forwards. They've got to go wide. Turnbull tries to go alone. He's been stopped short. Why have they not gone wide? They've gone wide. They'd have scored half an hour ago. Try and pick and go here. Ulster's defence holding firm at a metre short with about 3.5 minutes to go until half time. But advantage was being played offside from Ulster. Now, this is a really... This will be a really, really big call to see. How are you doing? Good to see you. Great to see you last week. Greetings. Can't stay long. We'll be on a live stream in a while, so I have to go and prep. But once show support and leave a like. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Feel free to join me tomorrow. We're going to be doing Scarlets against Glasgow from 5 p.m. tomorrow. So feel free to join me. Enjoy your live stream. Let me know what live stream you're doing, mate. Do let me know. Be interesting when Cardiff were to South Africa, I think, this month and how they manage in the heat. Ospreys also heading out there as well. So we'll try and do some watch-alongs of those games. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they manage. I think the South African teams will do much better next season. I just think they will. I think, you know, Sharks are looking like they're building a really good side. They've got Sia Khaleesi, obviously, already. They've got Lukat Yoam. And now, of course, they've just signed Ebenezer for next season. So I do think they'll be a lot better next year. The South African sides in general. Gavin's in the chat. Good evening, Gavin. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you as well. Hope you're keeping okay and enjoying the rugby so far this weekend. Plenty to get our teeth into. So Cardiff have decided just to tap and go. 5 metres short here. Oh, they've managed to knock it on. They've managed to knock it on again. I shouldn't laugh, but it's just got ridiculous at this point. They've turned 2 opportunities down for 3 easy points just to get something on the board. Just to get something on the board. And they've managed to knock it on. This isn't an Ospreys fan laughing too much, but this is just ridiculous now. Just, honestly, just get something on the board. Just, even if it's 3 points before half-time, you're going in, you've got something on the board, you've got something you can work off. Honestly, I can't believe it. Oh, dear me. Nice. Nice. That's good. Nice. Have you tried playing Elden Ring yet? I want to try it, but I haven't given it a go yet. I am going to be streaming gaming more on my Twitch channel in the future. I just need to find time to do it, to be honest with uni and everything like that. We are streaming now live on Twitch, actually. So I'll have to drop a link to it in the chat, but I will be streaming things like FIFA, COD, all loads of different games on there, Marvel games, stuff like that. We'll see closer to the time, but enjoy. Absolutely. Honestly, and Alan Summerhill has had an absolute mare. He's called the ball off Nathan Doak's kick, and he's put his foot into touch. So straight away, it's a line out to Ulster. Honestly, they errors that are coming in from Cardiff today are just ridiculous. They must have knocked it on 3 or 4 times in good positions, and that's just stupid. That is just stupid, I'm sorry to say. Should we try and get Ben on for the second half and just laugh at the mistakes? Saying that, though, we got Zebre on Sunday, and last season, at the start of last season, start of season 2020-21, I said that that Zebra wouldn't win a game all season. They won't win a game all season. They came to Liberty and they beat us. So, yeah. So we got them on Sunday. I'd be confident we'd beat them. I probably won't do a watch long for that one. But I'd be confident we'd beat them. But still, honestly, Cardiff would just not help themselves. For the first 5 minutes, they were so promising. And looking at the team on paper, it's a good side. It's a side that Ulster are missing a lot of good players. You know, a lot of players have been rested for this one. And they've got a real opportunity in the league because they've got so many games in hand. We'll have to wait and see, though. I'm not into gaming myself, but a lot of guys and girls in the community are big into gaming. If you're ever about one, I'll say hi in the channel, I'll give you a shout out. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you very much. Yeah, I saw this, and someone is going the other way. There's some few interesting signings been recently in the URC, obviously. Dragons have made a lot of signings. They just signed a Bath centre. He doesn't start, but he comes off the bench. Chance here, though, for Rob Balakoon right at the end of this first half. Ulster just outside the 22. Nathan Doak looks like the guy from We're the Millers. Anyone else think that? I can't remember his name. The actor's name. Will something. I'll find a picture at half time because he looks just like him. He pulls this face that looks just like him when he has the ball in hand. Oh, lovely break here from Ulster. Nick Timoney through the gap. Has he got enough legs to get there? He's up to 5 metres out here. Is the ball there for Ulster? It is. Ian Henderson picks and goes a metre short here. Try here, surely. Kills off the game. Stuart McCluskey's gone for the line. Has he got there? He has. And has that finished the game off as Ulster score in the final seconds of this first half to make it 22 points to 0. Is that the nail in the coffin? Is that the nail in the coffin? I think it's going to be. I mean, if they get the conversion, that's 24 points to 0. I think that's game, set, and match. Edinburgh now 19. Wow, they are beginning to pull away. I mean, 21-18, yeah. 21-8, sorry, to them. They've been brilliant this season, Edinburgh. They've been one of the form teams in the league this season. Leinster, mostly contract extension. Jason Jenkins from Munster. Don't get the sign. He's not played for Munster in the 8. Yeah, he hasn't played for a while, has he? I know Leinster have put out a load of contracts over the last week or so. So they're securing their players down. And Nathan Doak with a chance then to add 2 points, make it 24 points to 0. I mean, Cardiff just haven't helped themselves. Pretty much all of Ulster's tries to come off mistakes from Cardiff. And I think it's game over at this point. I really do. I think it's game over. Nathan Doak has missed the conversion. So that is half-time. Time turnover. I mean, the game over there doesn't look too competitive, 21-8, but we will see. Right, I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break here on the channel. I'm going to make another cup of tea. If you want to head over to the bog, whatever you need to do, but we'll be back in a second. As always, I'm going to drop the links to my socials in the chat. Do head over there and give me a follow on them. It was massively appreciated. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Of course, if you're watching on Twitch or Facebook, be sure to give us a follow. I will be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. There we go. We are back. It is half time in this one. As you can see at the bottom of your screen as it rolls across, Ulster leading here by 22 points to 0. In the other game, we are drawing towards half time in that one as well. It is 21 points to 8 in favour of Connacht of Edinburgh. Sorry, in that one. This game, I mean, it's going to be really tough for Cardiff in the second half. Just really inaccurate from Cardiff, you got to say. Really inaccurate. Before we chat about the first half, don't forget tomorrow we're going to be doing this one. We're going to be doing Cardiff, not Cardiff, getting confused. We're going to be doing Scarlets against Glasgow tomorrow, live on 5 o'clock with kickoff at 5:15. I know Munster and Dragons are going on at the same time. We'll keep an eye out on that like we have tonight with this one. So as I said, going live at about 5 o'clock with kickoff at 5:15. I'm going to drop a link to that now in the chat. So do join me live tomorrow. Once this stream ends, it'll load automatically into that so you can set your reminders on it. And make sure to join me for that tomorrow. And then next weekend, of course, Six Nations round 4. And then the week after, there we are. It is all set and go for, of course, we have round 5. And, well, it's a week today, isn't it? Wales against France. That's the first game. We'll do a watch-along for that, I'm sure, as well. We definitely will do a watch-along for that one. And let's have a chat then about the 2 games that are happening so far. Let's have a look at some of the stats and where's it going wrong and right for both sides. It is half-time. In the other one, Edinburgh leading by 21 points to 8. Let me know your thoughts, as always, on the first half and what we've been seeing. And if you've been watching the Connacht game closely, let me know your thoughts on that one. Don't want lineups, on stats. So let's have a look at the stats. Let's see where it's going wrong for this Cardiff team. A 3-0 try scored. So Ulster just need one more try and they'll get that bonus point. 54% possession to 46. 4 clean breaks. 9 defenders beaten. Defensively, not great from Cardiff, really. Offloads, both teams have been trying to offload, but getting it completely wrong. Cardiff actually have the better territory, which surprised me. But they have been in 22 of Ulster a lot. But they just haven't done anything with it. And when they've had those opportunities, they've just found a way of knocking it on. Missed tackles 9-1. Turnovers 2-1. I think that's Nick Timoney on both of them. Penalties conceded then 5-4 from Cardiff's perspective. If we have a look at some of the stats, James Hume obviously 92 metres because of the try that he scored. If we have a look at the defence, turnovers 1. Oh, it's Marcus Ray, sorry, who's got the turnovers there. So, look, it's been a really tough first half for Cardiff, but Cardiff losing here by 22 points to 0. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Is that game over now? I think it might be, to be honest. I think it's going to be a real tough ask to come back from that. Let's have a look then at Edinburgh against Connacht. Edinburgh leading through tries from Boffelli and Immelman. And Boffelli again, both conversions. Connacht did start the better of the 2 sides. They did get the opening penalty and try as well. Dave Cherry getting a try there on his 50th appearance. Let's have a look at the stats from the game so far. On the whole, it looks like Edinburgh have probably been the more dominant side on the whole, but it seems to be actually, to be honest, pretty equal, that game. It looks like Edinburgh got those tries later on in the match. Let's have a quick look then at the games over the rest of the weekend. So tomorrow we got Benetton taking on Leinster. That's a lunchtime kickoff. So we'll see how that goes. You think Leinster will win that one pretty comfortably out of the Stadio Monego. Scarlets welcome Glasgow at 5:15. As I said already, we're going to be doing a watch-along for that. Munster then welcome Dragons. You think that's going to be a really tough game for the Dragons. And then on Sunday, we see my team, the Ospreys, taking on Zebra. Zebra having won a game this season would just be typical if they found a way to beat us on Sunday. So let me know your thoughts in the chat. What do you make of the games so far? I thought Cardiff would be a lot better. I think their build-up has been really good in some phases, but there have been moments where they're just mistakes and stupid errors, just errors that just don't need to be made. Just the most basic errors are being made, and you just can't play like that against a team of Ulster's quality. Ulster, on the whole, haven't had to do much for the tries. It's been a really scrappy game. It's been a little bit all over the place. and yet they are still leading here by 22 points to nil. It's a really tough ask. See how this team comes back. How the heck do Cardiff get back into this one? It's going to be a really, really tough ask for them. And I can't see a way that they get back into this one. I think if they can get an early score, if they can get an early try, but that's when they can do that, obviously, because throughout the game, the handling errors that they have managed to do in this game are just ridiculous. I mean, they turned 2 golden opportunities down just to get 3 points on the board. And in my opinion, if you have an opportunity just to get something on the board, then you do that. You do that, in my opinion. You just get something on the board. But hey-ho. Right, Cardiff are back out. We're waiting for Ulster to come back out. And we'll watch this second half together. Hope you're enjoying the watch. I just noticed a few more people have joined. So if you are watching on YouTube, hit the like button. Subscribe, completely free to do. Our goal, pretty ambitious. Try and hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the Six Nations. So we've got 3 weeks to do it. So please do hit that subscribe button. Come join the channel and enjoy the chat and banter, doing watch-longs, reviews, tactical reviews, previews. We're going to be doing it all about rugby. And with the end of the Six Nations coming up, man, it's going to be tense. I know my team, Wales, are out of it, but France going for a Grand Slam. Ireland certainly still in it. England in it as well. Scotland with something to prove against the Italians. It's going to be pretty hectic. So do hit that subscribe button and come and join us. It'll be good to have you in. Right, both teams are back on the pitch. Cardiff are going to get us back underway. And we are away. So Jared Evans gets us back underway as Ulster do manage to win the ball, and they will get us going. Nathan Doak here with a chance to get the ball out. And he will look for the opportunity here to clear. No changes at half-time from either side, as far as I'm aware. And so we will see what is the response from Cardiff. Can they get those little inaccuracies out of their game? Because at moments, they look dangerous. I mean, it's a good starting lineup. It really is a good starting lineup. Hello to you, Ashton. Hope you're doing well, mate. So Cardiff here with the ball just inside the Ulster half as Lloyd Williams gets it out into Aled Summerhill. Lloyd Williams fires it out here. Is it who they just signed from Jason Jenkins, isn't it? That's who you're on about. Again, as Sean said earlier on in the chat, he said, look, he hasn't played all that much for Munster. So it's an interesting signing. What do I think about it? Look, it makes sense to an extent, but he hasn't played enough. Reid is on for McGrath. I assume that's an injury. Cardiff have won a penalty here. They've gone to the corner. Probably wasn't quite kickable. It's a heck of a kick. 5 meters out. You feel like they're going to have to score here, really. But so far, the inaccuracies have been bad. I think we're getting a change here from Cardiff. We are. So I think Dimitri Arhip has gone off, but I'll confirm that with you. Hope you're doing well, by the way, James. Good to see you in the chat as always, mate. So lineouts here to Cardiff. I mean, they've got to win this ball first up, and they've overthrown it. Davis King is on for Dimitri Arhip. They've overthrown that lineout, and Ulster have the ball. And again, another opportunity goes begging for this Cardiff team. And they've got no one but themselves to blame. They really have no one but themselves to blame. There is no reason for that throw to be overthrown. It's either been overthrown or the call's wrong and the wrong jumper has been lifted. It's just ridiculous. It really is at this point. But Cardiff will have another lineout, but they're what, 30-odd meters down the field from where they'd want to be, just outside the 10-meter line here. They've lost their lineout again. The lineout's gone for Cardiff here. Chance here, though, for Ulster. They don't care that the lineout's gone. They're off on it. Stuart McCluskey with a good carry. I mean, the errors from Cardiff in this game. have been shambolic, but that's a really good penalty win for them. And you'd think this is kickable. You'd think this is kickable, and they have to take the points. Really good work from Halaholo, holds McCluskey up in the tackle. It's just over the halfway line. Jared Evans, it's going to be a scrum, isn't it? So not even a kickable opportunity. But that is two huge mistakes at the start of his second half. I'm not a Cardiff fan, so I couldn't care less, to be honest. But I always want the Welsh regions to do well. But as an Ospreys fan, I know that Ben is my good mate, and he's a Cardiff fan, and he's watching this, probably raging. Why not? Why not? Let's have a look at some more. Edinburgh now 28. Looks like that's game over. 28-8, is it now? It is indeed. Edinburgh, a really good side. Boffelli's been a heck of a signing for them. He's been so good for them. Cardiff do win their scrum here. Was that forward from Halamamos? No, says the referee. So we continue up to the 10-metre line here, Cardiff. 5 minutes into this second half. A slow ball for them, though. Josh Turnbull playing at 4 this game is a really interesting choice. Jared Evans with ball in hand, half breaks the tackle. Tackled, though, in the end. Still coming forward here, Cardiff, but not making all that much ground. Lloyd Williams, once again to Jared Evans. Dances past 1 and 2. Tries to throw the dummies. Caught by Nick Timoney. Good ball into Ray Lilo, though. Big chance here for Cardiff. Lloyd Williams going for the line. Tackle just 5 metres short. Nathan Doak tries to turn the ball over. Jared Evans fires it out. Lovely flowing ball. Surely it's going to be a try, and it is a try finally for Cardiff. And Cardiff have finally got their first points of the game. Finally, they have crossed over, and they are in business. Kirby Myhill crosses for them. It's really good work from Jared Evans, who throws the dummy, pops it into Ray Lilo, who breaks through the line. He gives into Lloyd Williams, who's tackled by Rob Balakoon, and they just managed to recycle it quickly. And finally, Kirby Myhill crosses, and Cardiff are on the board. Finally. Honestly, I think it's too little, too late, but finally putting something together and managing to put it together for the whole game and giving something for the away fans to cheer about, who have headed over to Belfast. And Jared Evans with his first opportunity of the game, and he's struggling to get the ball on the tee. So a chance for him to add the two. What a turnaround from yesterday. Are great this season. They've been the entertainers of the league. I've enjoyed watching them so much this season. And yeah, they've been the real entertainers. Do I think they can really challenge for the league? Oh, Jared Evans has horribly missed that kick. I don't think they will. It's tough to call whether they'll be there at the end of the season. I think Glasgow probably have the more strength in depth than Edinburgh. But I really like what Mike Blair's doing up there. So it's going to be a really interesting ending to the season. I mean, I feel like as an Ospreys fan, I don't feel like we played that well all season, to be honest. But we're even in the conversation, not in the conversation to win the competition, because I don't think we're at the level of Ulster, Munster, Leinster at all. I think we're probably on par with Glasgow. Maybe on par, maybe that's been a bit generous. But I certainly don't think that we're on par with them. Advantage here to Ulster in the Cardiff 22, not rolling away. Ball goes out wide here. Ulster, Cardiff messing up their clearance from the restart. So they're not helping themselves again as McCluskey comes forward here. Ball is still there though. Nathan Doak, no advantage. So we're coming back for the original penalty. Not rolling away. I mean, Ulster still are on looking for this bonus point. So you'd think that they stick this in the corner, being 22-5 up. You'd think they stick this in the corner. And it looks like they're going to do that. As Billy Burns steps up. And he will stick it in the corner. So, yeah, I think the title in general is going to be really interesting. Obviously, the usual suspects of Leinster are going to be up there. But it's going to be a really interesting title race at the end of the season. And as I said, next season, I think the South African sides will be a lot better. Good line out, won by Ulster. James, I'll get to your comment in just a second, mate. We'll just watch this passage here of play. Driving ball set up here from Ulster. It's going a little bit towards the touchline. They do peel off the back here. Ball is there for them, though. Into the hands of McCluskey. Good carry from him on the crash ball. Ball is there for Ulster, slowly coming forward. Oh, risky pass, but it's worked as Timoney goes to the line. Nick Timoney's crossed. Has he got it down? That is the question. I think he has. Ulster celebrate as if they have, and it looks like the try has been given. I think yes, it has been given. Ulster 27 points to 5. Nick Timoney crashing over. I think it's been given. Yes, it has. I mean, it's poor tackling. I mean, Halaholo has to stop him there. Halaholo's a big lad himself. Should really be managing to stop him there. And Nathan Doak adds the 2 points, and we are up to 29 points to 5. And we've still got half an hour to play here. Ulster have got their bonus point. So let's see how that affects the game. If you're just joining, folks, by the way, and you're watching on YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, give us a like and a follow. Good hands from James Hume in the build-up there. Halaholo misses the tackle. Ray Lilo misses the tackle. And Timoney crashes over, and that is the bonus point. As Jared Evans gets back underway. Right, James, your comment was, who do I think is going to win the Premiership? Let's have a look at the Premiership table. The reality is, it might sound a bit silly, but because I'm going to be totally honest, I don't really ever watch the Premiership. Maybe like if a game's on BT Sport and it's on a Sunday later on kickoff, because usually the URC doesn't tend to happen all that much on a Sunday. I'll have it on in the background while I'm doing something, but I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up to date with it this year. Let's have a look at the table. I mean, Leicester, I know Leicester have been doing very well, and they've only lost 2 games all season. So I'll probably back them. You can never count Savvy's out. Always a very strong side. Reece Carey, by the way, is on for Thayer in the front row. Carey was released by Wales, so he is on. John Cooney is back on. Is this his first game since his injury? Maybe. Again, the whole question mark why Cooney's never been in the Irish squad is just crazy. Nathan Doak is off. Then so, and Matthew Morgan's on for Halaholo. So does that mean that Hallamamos is going to go to centre? Maybe Owen Lane to the centre? We'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, James, I think someone like a Leicester could win it. But again, it's about being in those playoffs at the end of the season. If you're in the playoffs, that's the big thing, isn't it? Being in the playoffs. Anyway, Cardiff with the scrum here. They've got it out on the 10-metre line of Ulster. 29 points to 5 down. I mean, it's going to be a miracle. They're going to have to do something very, very special in this game. And they've been so full of errors, so full of mistakes. Good work. As they come forward, it's been ripped out of the tackle, but the ball is still there. Lloyd Williams manages to get it out. Ben Thomas is also on the pitch. I think they've got it wrong in terms of the substitutions. Let me have a look at who they've actually got. I think the television has told us the wrong players have come on. Let's find out who's actually come on. So, no, Matthew Morgan has come on for Halaholo, but I'm sure I've just seen Ben Thomas on the pitch. Who knows? Who knows? In the other game, it is still 28 points to 8 to Edinburgh. And they have got their bonus point as well. So scrum here, though, to Ulster. John Cooney's been out for a while, if I'm right in saying. And we're going to have a reset of the scrum. And John Cooney will feed it in. Big shove coming on from Cardiff, but they do manage to get it out. Here come Ulster then. Ball into the hands of Billy Burns. Good step. Oh, lovely step from the fullback Moore here into Rob Balakoon, and he's got absolute burners, and he's going to go for the line, and he is going to score, and he is going to give Ulster their 5th try of the game, and arguably the best try of the game. Beautiful step from Balakoon, and he crashes over, and well, I mean, that is a delightful try. It really is. That's a beautiful try from Rob Balakoon, who just seems to be playing with confidence. And is he knocking at the door to start for Ireland next weekend? It's a tough one to tell, but that pace is frightening. 34 points to 5 now with 25 minutes to go. Moore with a lovely break from fullback, and Balakoon just absolutely rinses the defence there. I mean, he's so fast. He's just ridiculously quick. Karma Peach, hope you're doing well. Good to see you in Switzerland. How are things going? Let me know. How are you doing? Hope you're okay. John Cooney, first chance for him to get some points on the board then. I can't remember when he last played. It was before Christmas. He's been out for a long time, it feels. A chance for him to add the 2 points. It's a difficult kick for a right footer on the wrong side for him. But with 25 minutes to go, I mean, the way Cardiff are playing, could they get to 50 points? Oh, he's absolutely nailed the kick as well. It's a delightful kick. And Ulster are up to the 36 points to 5. The thing about Cardiff in this game is that their build-up play has actually been all right on the whole. It's actually been okay. It's just the basic mistakes, the real basic mistakes that have just completely cost them in this one. Really cost them. So Cardiff got us underway. Ulster with the ball. They're looking for the crossfield kick early on here, and Rob Balakoon managed to just about to get it, but he was pushed into touch. So decent positioning here for Cardiff now. Line out for them just outside the 22. It will be gone soon. It will be gone soon. My family's been pestering me for a while. They've been pestering me for a while. There looks like there's going to be 3 changes here for Cardiff. And there are changes coming on for Ulster. We'll confirm them as they happen for you. So Stewart is on for Andrew in the front row. Cardiff do win their lineup, but again, it's just really scrappy for them. And those Cardiff substitutions will have to wait as Ellis Jenkins carries it forward. I mean, the game's over. I can't see a way that Cardiff come back into this one against a quality side like Ulster, but they need to get something else on the board. I mean, it's been poor from them. It really has. But as I said, the builder plays looked all right. It's just that last pass, that last moment where those inaccuracies have really cost them. Lloyd Williams fires it out. But it's just been comfortable for Ulster, and Ulster ripped it out the tackle again. I mean, it's just so simple. Sexton has come on for Balakoon. That change gone through. That's a decent clearance kick for Ulster. Matthew Morgan picks it up. He will kick it down, but that's a very poor kick from Matthew Morgan. Really poor kick from him, and it's going to be a line out. Bang in the middle of the 22, pretty much. And a chance for Ulster to get their 6th try of the game. Here come the trio of changes. So we'll let you know who's who as they come on. 4 changes, sorry, for Cardiff now. And I mean, if you're that young, you must be pulling your hair out at this performance. On paper, it's a very strong side that Cardiff have on the whole, except for the front 5, I'd say. They should not be losing like this, but the amount of mistakes that they have done this game is just ridiculous. It really is. And yeah, it's pretty concerning. Another changes coming through for Ulster, just waiting for confirmation on who's who, and we'll let you know. We've got about 20 minutes to go in this one, though. Line out, though, to Ulster, just inside the 22. 1, and the driving maul is set up. John Cooney fires it in using Nick Timoney as his ball carrier. Good momentum here from Ulster, but Cardiff defence on the whole looks pretty set. Cooney fires it out. Billy Burns into the hands of McCluskey. He steps inside, but he's tackled. Cooney once again. Good hands, real good hands. Oh, careful there. Carey, big tackle on Cooney. Needs to make sure he's wrapping more. Ian Henderson carries. As Cooney fires it out. Billy Burns floats it out wide. Oh, lovely from the replacement winger. 5 metres short here. Cooney gets it out. Surely this is going to be a try for Ulster. They're a metre short. Could this be their 6th try, I want to say, is going to be if they score here? 8 phases in, they fire out to the backs. Billy Burns into Moore. Good hands from him. If he could have got the offload off there, it'd have been perfect for them. But it's still there as Ian Henderson throws it out wildly. And a little bit of momentum gone here for Ulster. They still have it. As Cooney gets it into James Hume. Good hands here from Ulster. Once again, back up to the 5 metre line. Hume. Good hands into Moore. Moore a little bit isolated. Nowhere to go. Fires it out to McCluskey. McCluskey backs himself. 5 metres short. Cooney gets it out wide. And the ball goes out. And I think it was knocked on. Edinburgh are now 35, Connacht 8. It's game over for Connacht. Edinburgh, very good side. And I said I thought they'd win. I thought it'd be a bit closer than that. But fair play to them. Trying to use fast hands there. Ulster's knocked on. So scrum 5 metres out for Cardiff. So pressure on the scrum. The scrum actually has looked pretty solid so far, actually. They look like they've had the upper hand. Cardiff do have a man down here. I think it might be Jared Evans. Let's have a look then at what those changes actually were. Because BBC Two Wales decided not to tell us. So the changes were as follows. So Dwayne Vermeulen came on for Murphy in the back row for Ulster. So Dwayne Vermeulen on. Stewart came on for Andrew. We know about that. And then Carter came on for O'Connor. In terms of Cardiff, Hill came on for Thomas Williams. Asarati came on in the front row for try scorer Myhill. And Ratty, James Ratty, released from the Wales camp, came on for James and Botham. So those are the changes that have gone through. 20 minutes to go in this one. As I said, don't forget about this one tomorrow. Cardiff against Scarlets against Glasgow, sorry. Live from 5 p.m. with kickoff at 5:15. Jared Evans is going off. He's holding his wrist. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but he looks like he's broken it. I think he's broken his hand or his wrist here because he's going off and he's in an enormous amount of pain. And he's looked lively today. He's not had the impact on the game that I'm sure he'd want, but he's looked lively. And that is not a good sight for Cardiff. Really not a good sight for them. And he is off. So it looks like, I think Matthew Morgan might go to 10. Halaholo is back on. So they're going to have to do some reshuffling here. I wouldn't be surprised if Matthew Morgan goes to 10 and maybe you stick Halaholo or someone like that on the wing and you put Owen Lane at fullback, potentially. Potentially that's what could happen. Or Aled Summerhill at fullback. Again, both teams trying to push early in the scrum, but we'll have a reset here. Pressure on the scrum for Cardiff. Of course, new front rows pretty much for both teams. So, oh no, sorry, Ben Thomas, I would think, would go to fly half. Ben Thomas will go fly half. Good, young, exciting player. Probably not playing as much rugby as he'd want to be honest, at Cardiff. So, scrum here. Ball is in. Decent shove coming in from Cardiff there as they peel off the back, 5 metres short. They need to make sure that they can get their clearance well and get it out. And it is cleared away. How far? It's not a bad clearance kick at all, actually, and it will be a line out to Ulster, just between the 10-metre line and the 22. Line out then to Ulster, 1 comfortably. Nick Timley's had a heck of a game carrying the ball. He has just caused so many problems for this Cardiff team. They haven't managed to stop him. And once he gets to the gain line, just the support options that they've got is just ridiculous, honestly. Here come the new set of forwards, though, carrying the ball for Ulster just outside the 22. Ian Henderson has been on for the whole game. I'm surprised Ian Henderson has had a full game. Well, has had this amount. I mean, we got about 18 minutes or so to go. Cardiff holding them out here, just outside the 22. Good hands, though. Really good hands here. Moore gets it out to the replacement winger. And it is going to be a try here too, Ulster. And Ulster have got their 6th try of the game. I want to say 6th try of the game. And it's just really simple rugby from Ulster. And they are up to over the 40-point mark. And they will certainly be targeting 50 now. 41 points to 5. Just really simple hands out to the winger. And he runs in unopposed. James Hume, lovely offload. Moore knows the support there. Moore's played a really good game as well. And Ulster finish here lovely in the corner. Cardiff just hasn't worked tonight. Really hasn't worked for them. To be honest, it's just too easy at this point, really, for Ulster. So chance for John Cooney to add the 2 points, which would put them within a converted try of 50. I'm not sure when the last time Ulster put 50 on someone in the URC. I'm not sure when that was. As Cooney prepares. Can he add the 2 points? And he certainly can. And so Ulster lead here by 40. Has he missed it? I think he's missed it. He's missed it. He has missed it. Okay. He has missed it. So it remains 41 points to 5 with 15 minutes to go in this one. And well, now, I mean, Cardiff are just playing for pride at this point. if you're dying young, the message is do not let this get to 50. Whatever you do, do not let this get to 50. Cardiff have kicked us back off, though. John Cooney will box kick this one away outside the 22, so he's got to keep it alive, of course. Matthew Morgan wins the ball. Matthew Morgan's a weird player. He was such an exciting talent coming through, but he's never been physical enough. And I know rugby isn't always about size. So you look at someone like Shane Williams. Shane Williams was my favourite player growing up. Ulster have managed to turn this one over. It's really getting from bad to worse for Cardiff. But Matthew Morgan just never could defend well enough. That was just the bottom line of it. And on the wing, you can kind of get away with that. At fullback, you really can't. That was a slight criticism on Halfpenny when he was younger. He worked really, really hard on it, and now I think he's decent at fullback as a defensive option. But I just honestly, Matthew Morgan, I ain't sold on him whatsoever. Certainly not at international level and even at regional level, to be honest. But we will wait and see. Edinburgh are 42 now. Geez, they're really racking up the points. Are they having a competition with Ulster to see who can get to 50 first? Is that what's going on? Ulster coming forward here just outside the 22. Ireland should have an Irish coach. Farrell doesn't like Cooney. I think Farrell's doing a good job. I think he's doing a good job. Who would you want? You know, the only person in my mind that you could really be looking at this point is Leo Cullen at Leinster. Who else is available? I mean, Dan McFarland at Ulster is English. At Connacht, you've got a Kiwi or an Aussie, can't remember which one, in Andy Friend. At Munster, you've got Van Gran, but he's leaving at the end of the season. You'd want Conor O'Shea? Really? Oh, I'm not sure on that. I mean, Conor O'Shea had his moments with Italy. Doesn't he now work for World Rugby? I'm pretty sure he's taken up some role with World Rugby. I think Andy Farrell's doing a good job. He's got the balance right between getting what Schmidt had, you know, the Schmidt ball. And we see that with the Irish provinces where the speed of ball, the ability just to get the ball so quickly, it's in there for less than a second and it's there in whichever province it is, especially Leinster. And then you look at what he's added with the attacking ability that we saw in the autumn, which I never saw coming for sure. I think he's the right guy to take you to a World Cup. But the thing is, you need a coach who can get you past the quarterfinals. And that's not a dig as a Welshman towards the Irish. But you've got to do that. 2023 World Cup, in my opinion, there's quite a few teams that could win it. There's quite a few teams that could win it. And I'll tell you who I think could win in a second as Ulster come forward here. They're about 10 metres short of the line, trying to hold the man up. Billy Burns has managed to get his knees down. As John Cooney goes searching for the ball and Cardiff penalised for not rolling away. Really silly penalty to give away there. Ulster looking for their 7th try of the match as Nick Timoney comes forward. Cooney, and he's been knocked on, but will come back for the original penalty. Could this be a yellow? I don't think so. But if you're Ulster, you just go into the corner again. And you want that 50 if you can get it. Got about 11 and a half minutes to go in this one. Billy Burns going to stick this one in the corner. Let me know in the chat who you think could be in the running to win the World Cup in 18 months' time. It's not far away now, is it? So 18 months' time. Who do you think could win the World Cup in France? I think there are 4 or 5 teams that could, maybe even more than that could win it. We've still got a long time to go. But I think there are teams that could win it. Driving ball, though, set up here from Ulster. 5 metres short. I mean, this looks pretty inevitable from this position. Have they got it down? Yes, they have. And it's another try for this Ulster team. Maybe New Zealand, potentially. We'll get into your thoughts on that in just a second. But Ulster here with another try. And, I mean, it is, again, embarrassing for Cardiff now. It's still 10 minutes to go. They're up to the 46-point mark now, 46 points to 5. The Ulster bench has really made a difference here. Ulster just pushing over from the driving maul. 46 points to 5 now. And, I mean, it's been embarrassing, really. Hey, Dan, hope you're doing well. Good to see you joining us live on Twitch. Hit the follow like if you're on there, of course, my friend. And near Coventry. Let me know who you support then. Coventry, who do you be supporting near Coventry? You know, I mean, Wasps are basically a London team. They play in Coventry, don't they? But you're not too far away from the likes of Leicester and Northampton, are you? So do let me know who you support. John Cooney, though, with a chance to bring them within 2 points of the 50-point mark with 10 minutes to go now. Has he got that kick? Oh, he's got it. It's a lovely kick from him. And Ulster are now up to the 48.5 mark. And they are looking pretty good at this point. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'd encourage you to get into the club game, though, and to try and support a team. I'd absolutely encourage you to do that. That's not gone 10 metres. But it has been knocked on by Ulster, though. Yeah, I'd encourage you to get into club rugby. It's it gives you a better sense that of how things affect the international game. You know, you see players play week in, week out. Yeah, I haven't mentioned it yet. Really sad news about Shane Warne, of course, former Australian cricketer, 52 years old. That's all he was, passed away. And I've been listening to the radio quite a lot, like sport radio today. And, you know, I'm not particularly into cricket, but of what I've heard, just a true gentleman, someone who had time for everyone. Never was too big for his boots. Never someone who thought he was better than others. Always had time for everyone. And really sad news, just taken way too soon. And 52 years old, very young, really young guy. So it's really sad. So rest in peace, absolutely. And thoughts are with those who, family, friends, and the cricket community as well, because I'm sure they'll be mourning today. Just really sad, really, really sad situation. And yeah, definitely a sad situation. Oh, it just goes from bad to worse here from Cardiff. They just kicked it out on the full. I mean, it's just been an absolute nightmare of a performance. Edinburgh up to 49. Now they are competing. Ulster here up to 48. Edinburgh up to 49. London Welsh used to play at Oxford, the United Stadium. London Welsh. What happened to London Welsh? Are they in the Championship these days? Are they even a club anymore? No, they're not. They're not even a club anymore. The club went into liquidation in December 2016 and was given a temporary license to complete 2 fixtures. On 24th of January 2007, announced that the London Welsh had been removed from the RFU Championship and their results expunged. The RFU stated that their place in the league was untenable and the club was dissolved. Wow. Really sad to see that, because obviously London Irish have just cracked on and done really, really well. You must be absolutely loving it, Greg. I hope you're doing well, mate. Are you at the game? Let me know. Are you at the game, mate? Because this has been a heck of a performance from, to be honest, though, not to sound mean to Ulster, I don't think they've had to play that well. I don't think they've had to play that well, to be honest. Today, I just think Cardiff have just given it to them on a plate. They've taken the try as well. I think Balogun's try was the pick of the bunch. I think that was a brilliant try. And his speed, he's just got something incredible. I think, yeah, they folded, yeah. Yes, I have. I've not been for a couple of years since before COVID. But my first game was in 2010 against Italy. And I used to go in the autumn quite a lot. But I haven't, unfortunately, been for a while. Oh, it's been knocked on again from Cardiff. But Ulster penalised for being offside. Yeah, I haven't been for a while to any Wales games. I need to try and get that. The problem is tickets are so expensive. I mean, I live right at the top of Wales, on the North Wales coast. So to get to Cardiff, I don't drive either. So to get to Cardiff, it's a 5-hour train journey. Train journey. And that's going to cost me £50+ even more. Tickets then are £100. So that's £150 just to get to the game and get into the game. And then you're looking at, you need to want to get food, maybe a drink before the game. If I want to stay in Cardiff, I mean, that's another £200. So it's turning into 300 odd pounds for just, honestly, it's just ridiculous. Cardiff have managed to lose their line-out again, but Ulster kindly decided to knock it on. So we will have a scrum to Cardiff. We're heading into the final 5 minutes. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a little bit of an all-over-the-place game, and we've chatted about absolutely everything, but that is why I love this community, and I hope you are enjoying it as well. We are going to be doing watch-alongs over the course of the weekend, and obviously next weekend, we, of course, have Six Nations Round 4, and we're going to be doing watch-alongs for that as well. So really excited for the content over the next weeks, and we'll be building up, of course, to then the final weekend of the Six Nations as well. So, yeah, really, really exciting times. So scrum here to Cardiff, about 7-8 metres out, right on the touchline. I mean, it's been a really poor performance. Ulster, though, penalised out of the scrum, early engagement. So Cardiff take it quickly, going for the line. Have they managed to get it down? Is it going to be a try for Cardiff? Have they managed to get it down? They're going to check it. They're going to check this one. I don't know if he's managed to get it down. It is the replacement. It was James Ratty. The question is, has he got it down? He picked it up. He took the penalty quickly. He drove over the line, kept going somehow. The question is, has he managed to get it down? So Holly Davidson, the referee, goes to the TMO for the first time in the game. I think he's got that down, James Ratty. Yeah, he's... Oh, has he, though? Yes, he has. Yeah, he's got that down. That's going to be giving us a try. That's going to be a try. Definitely, he's got that down. Originally, it looks like someone has got his arm under it, but then he turns and he gets it down just like that. So, for me, this should be a try. And it is. It's been given, but the scoreboard hasn't changed. Now it has. And Ben Thomas can add the 2 points, which he does as well. So Cardiff, the scoreboard doesn't look too bad now. 12 points to 48 in favour of the home team. But is that going to sugarcoat the performance of the game? It might do a little bit, honestly. Not like that, bro. Hey, love that. Love that. I do speak Welsh fluently, so I appreciate that. That means good evening to anyone who is not fluent in Welsh or speaks Welsh. I know we have... I mean, when I look at the YouTube algorithm afterwards, got people watching from Ireland, from the States, from Japan, from Spain, from Portugal, from New Zealand, from Australia. We've got it all over the world, which is incredible. And yeah, great community growing here. So hit the like button, subscribe as well. Hit follow, of course, on Twitch or Facebook. You can follow my socials as well. So we've got less than 3 minutes to go here. Cardiff 12 points to 48 down. If I had to pick a man of the match in this one, I would probably go with... I think Timoney's been brilliant. I think Balakoon for his try was fantastic. And James Humes looked really dangerous. Personally, I would give it to Nick Timoney. Personally, I just think his carries have just caused this Cardiff team so much problems over the course of the game. Did I know that the Go Compare Man is a weekday show on BBC Radio Wales? I did. I don't listen to BBC Radio Wales. The only radio that I really listen to is Talk Sport. So I'll tend to put that on in the morning as I get up and get on with my day. But yeah, I don't really listen to the radio, to be honest. But yeah, I did know he did. Wyn Evans. Cardiff here trying to play in their own half. Good hands out here to Owen Lane. Chance potentially for Cardiff. Owen Lane's kicked this one through. I think he's going to get to it, and he's knocked it on. He's knocked his own kick on. And that pretty much sums up Cardiff's game. Oh, dear me. So Owen Lane is out on the week. On the wing, sorry. He's kicked the ball over the top. There's nobody covering. Someone's about 5 meters behind him. He goes to pick it up and he knocks it on in the process. Absolute nightmare for him. I listen to TalkSport most. Yeah, I like TalkSport. I like the morning show with Simon Jordan and Jim White. That's my favourite show at the minute. And Simon Jordan just says it as it is, which sometimes is what you need. Don't agree with everything he says, but it's what you need sometimes. I mean, Cardiff here are an absolute mess at this point. I'm not sure what's gone on here. I think it's going to be a penalty to Cardiff. We're just looking here at Owen Lane. It's a lovely kick over the top. I don't think he realises how much time he has on that. Do I support a football team? I do. I'm a Swansea fan. So that is who I support, Swansea and Ospreys. So that is who I support. I am thinking about turning the second channel into football-related stuff, but it's just whether I've got the time. That'll probably be over the summer in the build-up to the World Cup. I just got too much uni stuff at the minute to work on. So line-outs here, though, to Cardiff, 5 metres out. I mean, a try here would make the scoreline look fair, not too bad. Edinburgh have beaten Ulster to the 53 points, and they have managed to get it. I mean, that game looked pretty competitive at the start, but Edinburgh just shown their quality, and maybe I'm wrong about saying about the teams that I think that can win this league. Good ball out here. Oh, it's a good tackle, though, from Billy Burns and Aled Summerhill. We're into the red here. And thank you very much to everyone who has joined me on this watch along. If you haven't yet done so, hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe, follow, of course, on Twitch. Going to be gaming a lot on there. Chance here for Matthew Morgan, though. Delays the pass. Probably needed to pass a little bit earlier than he did. He's tackled those 7 metres short here. Ulster won't really want to concede a third try. But it has been turned over here by Ulster. Are they going to keep playing, or are they just going to kick it off? Looks like they're going to keep playing here. James Hume into Moore. Lovely hands here from Ulster as they come forward. Into hands of John Cooney. Just outside the 22. And James Hume is going to score the 8th try, I think it is, for Ulster. And they get over the 50. They get over the 50-point mark. So it seems as if it's been a battle between Edinburgh and Ulster to get over the 50-point mark. And, well, this has been a sorry state of affairs for this Cardiff team. They were 5 metres short from scoring, and Ulster have gone up the other end and scored to make it 53 points to 12. Yeah, he is. He's got COVID, so obviously we wish him all the best. He's mid-60s, I think, John Toshak, maybe a little bit older than that. So, yeah, we wish him all the best. 56, actually. Well, Ulster have a chance to get up to the 55 points here. Cooney's not good enough for international rugby. They're going to actually check this try. They're going to check something. I think it's the Cooney pass. Or is it this pass here? Oh, no, that's fine. That pass is fine. I think that pass is okay. I actually think this try is going to be chalked off for a forward pass. I think it's really flat. I think it's really close. The pass to Cooney potentially is slightly forward. But as the commentator Andrew Coombs said on comms there, I don't think anyone actually cares at this point. No try. It's been scraped off for a forward pass. And so that is the final score. Ulster do not get up to the 50-point mark, but they have won here by 48 points to 12 against Cardiff. I'm going to be totally honest. I think that scoreline flatters Cardiff, if I'm being totally honest. But there we go. That is the final score, 48 points to 12. Not the greatest game in terms of the flow of the game, but some really good tries from Ulster. Really good tries. Flat at best. I personally thought it was flat. But there we go. I don't think anyone really cares, to be honest, at the end of this one. Cooney's not good enough for international rugby. Personally, I disagree. But, I mean, he's not going to get any looking at the minute, is it? 3 minutes left in the Edinburgh versus Connacht game. We'll see how that one goes. But do let me know your thoughts on the final knockings of that one, and of course, what did you make of this game? As I said, tomorrow we're going to be doing a watch long for Scarlets against Glasgow. So do join me live a little bit earlier tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Kick off at 5:15 for that. As I said, Munster and Dragons are playing at the same time. We'll do what we've done tonight. We'll keep an eye out on what happens in that game. As always, if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel. As I said, we've got loads of content coming out over the next week in the build-up towards Six Nations Round 4. Please do follow me on Twitch as well. I'm going to be gaming a lot on there over the next few weeks, hopefully, and different games. Let me know what games you want to see. Play a lot of Warzone, play a lot of Avengers, I bought a new game recently that I want to try out on there, play a bit of FIFA as well. So do check me out on there as well. But I'm going to leave it there. The current score is 56-8 between Edinburgh and Connacht. But I'm going to leave it there. Tomorrow we have Benetton against Leinster. We then, of course, have Scarlets Glasgow. We have Munster Dragons. And then on Sunday, we have Ospreys taking on Zebra. That win, by the way, does put Ulster top of the table, but Leinster can go above them with a win against Benetton tomorrow. Cardiff remain in 12th. No points for them. But only played 8 games all season, so I'm sure they'll get a chance to climb up. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah, take care, absolutely. And I'll see you here for the watch along of Scarlets against Glasgow tomorrow. If you're watching on YouTube, it will automatically load into that stream, so do hit the reminder on that. Let me just drop a quick link to that stream as well. If you're watching on Twitch, be around about 5 o'clock, and we'll be on for that one. Let me just share with you now the link to this one. Scarlets versus Glasgow. Watch along. And we'll do that live. And we'll be live about 5 o'clock for that one tomorrow. I'll try and get someone on to chat through the game with me. I've got an idea of who I could get, so I'll see if he's available. But there we go. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed the watch along tonight. Stay safe, folks. Look after each other. It's important. I know the world's a bit of a crazy place at the minute, but hopefully rugby providing us a bit of a distraction. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.